Today, I got a chance to talk with Mr. Robert Parkinson, businessman and successful entrepreneur. Originally from the UK, Robert moved to Beijing 8 years ago as a top manager with the multinational company to spearhead the firm's China operations. Robert told me he was really surprised when he first landed in Beijing. He said everything was quite different from the typical conceptions what Western world has of China. After being in Beijing for only a week, he was attracted by the charm of the city and the working spirit of people here.
I've been to parts of Asia before. I've been to Thailand and Hong Kong before, but this was, this Beijing was Asia on steroids. It was really an overdose of Asia, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And from a business perspective, I felt the opportunity here to operate a business, an international business, but with, if you like, Chinese characteristics, which was our perspective on setting the business up, was too good to be true. Mm-hmm. So I thought, what a perfect place to start from.
After 4 years of hard work, Robert flew to America in 2009 for a graduate study program. However, after graduating, he decided to return to Beijing later that year. Inspired by the goals of helping people achieve their dreams and taking the stress out of the progress of finding a new job, Robert founded his own headhunting company, RMG Selection.
And then I came back to Beijing to set up RMG from that moment onwards. So it was a good timing for me. But yes, I was always clear that, and it was actually, your language is good. It was a dream to set up my own business or our own business. And I wanted to do that because I always had this idea that in a sales-oriented business, I always felt most recruiting and sales-oriented businesses were not actually run in the right way. They were run by putting people under pressure and forcing people to do stuff. And I always thought to myself, well, what if you created an environment where people actually enjoyed going to work? And what if you have a situation where people are self-motivated rather than being forced to be there by being paid too much or for whatever other reason? So yeah, I had a clear view of what I wanted to do in Beijing, and I would say in China, in wider than just Beijing. And I would also say that really we've only just started. There's so much more to do in this market, because it's such a big market, and because it's also, although China's economic development has come a very, very long way, there's still so much progress to be made, particularly in our business, the HR business. And imagining what people are saying about you. And his point is, if people are just saying, well, this guy made a load of money, then that's a bit of a waste of your life, really. And if you actually go further and try and create something a bit special and different, then you're going to have made some impact and some mark. And again, I don't say that I are anywhere near achieving anything that Stephen Covey is talking about, but that is our dream. That is our aspiration, that we have a company that is different, where people do work together.
4 years have passed, and Robert and his company have endured all kinds of difficulties as well as made significant progress. His company developed from a few staff to almost 200 in branch offices of different cities in China, and he even plans to set up an overseas office in London this year.
We also took quite a lot of time to write down a company handbook, so the rules, as it were, of engagement were very clear for people. The way of working was very clear. And also I feel that in a business like ours, running the business in a fair way is very important to people. We've just had our annual conference, and we reframed our corporate goal as being getting better results through teamwork. And we really emphasise collaboration, cooperation, teamwork at every level of our business. It's really important.
Robert's colleague Sophie Lee also told us how she's motivated by his spirit.
He is definitely the energy giver. He's a boss, but he never be bossy. And he encourages you to say what you want to say. He welcomes any new ideas from you. He encourages talks, discussions for any problems or topics. I see.
Okay. Now, Robert lives with his fiancée Lily Cao, who is also his business partner. They met the very first day Robert arrived in Beijing. After she went through a difficult period in 2011, she says Robert gave her the best surprise of her life.
He is very, very nice and kind person. It's end of the 2011, beginning of 2012, and I was really just joining RMG and Robert's company to helping him to set up the new business. So there's lots of things that could support him, but just in that really vital time, I found out this illness. So Robert during that time gave me great support and make me really go through this tough time. I think my parents and all my families was really had a high value of Robert. After that, he proposed and so on. So I was like, that was the most happiest time, really. So we have been through quite a lot, and I'm really happy with him.
Robert and Lily showed me around their stylish Beijing apartment, filled with photos and souvenirs from Robert's world travels. It showed a far-sighted businessman filled with passion for life. Despite his career success, Robert stressed the importance of work-life balance. He believes that keeping healthy is a precondition to achieving one's career goals. One's career, he says, shouldn't consume one's entire life. And this is something he emphasizes to job seekers.
Taking rest, taking a holiday is important. Looking after yourself is important. But also, I think if you find work too stressful, then get another job. Change jobs. Work shouldn't feel like work. When I go into the office and I sit down with staff, I've sat down today with 2 people already and talked through and hopefully solve some problems that they were having. I get a great deal of satisfaction from doing that. And as you said in elsewhere in the interview, it really isn't about money. I think if money were the be-all and end-all, I would be doing something different. It's about the satisfaction you get from seeing people develop and grow in their careers, and also this creating of a model.